Let's settle on a poll question for at least the first hour of the program. Seton, what do you have on the menu?
We haven't really dove into this topic just yet.
Okay.
But if you could add only one rule in the NFL between these two, would you add the emergency third quarterback proposal or review roughing the passer calls?
Well, both are being discussed. I don't think we're going to have either one of them this year. I would say roughing the passer. I think we're a little reviewable fatigued. I think it's like everything is reviewable. How much should be reviewable? But with something like this, where we are trying to protect the quarterbacks, and there are times when you go, was that roughing the passer? Was that not? It feels like we focus on that. That's our new, did he complete the process? Did he, have possession of the ball type thing? Now it's about, wait, are you allowed to hit him? How can you hit him? Can you land on him? Did you sort of land on him? Can you roll off? You don't want that if you're the NFL. I don't believe in any publicity is good publicity. These defensive players are like, I don't know how to tackle him. I think that should be reviewable. But I also think we should change the definition of it because I don't think it's roughing. I mean, if I graze you, I didn't rough you. It feels like there should be almost varying degrees of, was that an accident? Like a 5-yard holding as opposed to a 15-yard holding. Because there's certain times when you go, I think he grazed his face mask. Okay, reviewable can help you with that. Yes, Eden.
That's one of those calls, too, though, where they always say, like, well, letter of the law says this happened. But would you rather have them go against the letter of the law, where you're like, sometimes things obviously isn't roughing, but it's like, that's what the rule is, and this is what happened?
I think you almost have to have a grading of, was that egregious? Was that something that, you're actually trying to hurt somebody? And if the player, we've seen where players have tried to avoid landing on a quarterback. I mean, Chris Jones, Fletcher Cox, and you're going, and if I was a defensive player and I was going in to hit a quarterback, it used to be you didn't think about it. Now you actually have to think about how you're going to hit a quarterback. Yeah, Paulie.
So in the 2021 season, there was 154 roughing the passer penalties in the entire league. Mm-hmm. Last year, it was down to 93 for the entire season. That means in the average NFL weekend, there's about 5.5 roughing the passer penalties called for the entire weekend of games. Mm-hmm. So there would be 5.5 extra replays a weekend for roughing the passer. That does not seem excessive.
No.
Over the course of, 16 football games?
17.
17, yeah.
Especially when a lot of those roughing calls, well, it feels like, maybe not a lot of them, but are big. Those could be like drive-changing plays. Those could be, game-saving, game-changing plays.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with it. I certainly would be okay with, how are we going to have a challenge flag that you're allowed to review one? Is that what we're going to do? And if that's the case, okay. But if you do it in the first or second quarter and then all of a sudden fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go, that means you can't review it. Yeah, Paul.
You get one replay flag for roughing the passer, but the quarterback has to throw it. He keeps it in his back pocket, so he has to actually do the little throw down thing where he throws at the ground in protest.
No, it should be the defensive player.
Oh,
He has the flag.
No, the quarterback should be
wait a minute. Wait, I didn't hit him. I'm going to throw the reviewable flag. You imagine Chris Jones or Nick Bosa, they're searching for the flag and then they throw it out. Were you talking about 16 games per week?
16 games per weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because 17 game schedule. So,
but I like the quarterback, like when he feels like he's been roughed. Hey.
That was rough.
That was rough.
Hey, that was rough.
Coarse sandpaper.
Hey, that was rough.
That hurt.
You know what? That was a little rough.
The third quarterback should only be enacted in the playoffs. Regular season, sorry. You're going to be the Denver Broncos, finished with a wide receiver at quarterback. In the postseason, I'm fine with a third quarterback. I'd be okay with that. Imagine you're Josh Johnson, and you're like, yep, you can't tell the story of the NFL without me. I'm the reason why there's a third quarterback on the roster in the postseason.